Welcome to Tangling along with me. We are continuing on tanglepatterns.com, and today it is this pattern that we're going to work on. So let's open up the book and find a place for it. So this one is another grid tangle, and I only have room for it up here, so I am popping in my grid right here. So let me turn my book here. Don't make it too small, but you don't want this one too big either. So I am just making my grid lines here. There we go. Turn it, I'm gonna turn it upside down because then I can use this line over here for my first grid line. Making these into squares. Just like that. Turn it around. So, first of all, in this row here, I am going to make two lines go down the first box, jump the next, make two lines go down like that. I am going to jump this row and go down here where I am doing the exact same thing. The two lines, jumping my box and making two lines. Jumping this box and making two lines in this one. Jumping that row and doing the exact same thing. And so on. So I would have my lines here. Then I turn my page. And here in this one, I am going in the one where I don't have anything yet. And I'm making my two lines. Jump one, make my two lines. So this is going to be kind of a chisel board with the lines here. Like that. I'm gonna turn this one back. And now I am going in here in this row where I have the lines connecting, and I'm making a cross in that one. Jumping this one and doing the same. Going down to this one, so I'm jumping a row and going down to the next one where I do my cross lines again. And so on. So I would have a cross line in this one. Now I'm going in here with the one with the cross lines, and I am going to make an aura and color that in. On the other side as well. Making an aura of the cross and then color that part in. And I actually missed one right here. There we go. And I'm doing this auraing and coloring in all of the boxes where I have a cross in there. or an X. So I'm just taking my time with this. And enjoying each of my strokes with my Micron. Or maybe you have another fine liner, it's all fine. There we go, that's the pattern. Now you can go in and color these with black if you want to, or another color. I am going to take my Micron 03 in red, and I am going to color in all these boxes here with red. And I'm just gonna relax in my hand and my shoulders. And kind of enjoy the process. I know some people really don't like coloring in stuff. I think it's very, very relaxing to color in areas. If you don't like coloring in, you can always find yourself a bigger pin, or a pin with a bigger nib on there, and then use that to color in. Personally, I like the Micron's brush pens for these, coloring in places here. But sometimes I also just like taking my time and using the pen that I have in my hand, because then I don't have to switch and find another pen or like that. So let me turn this a bit. So I'm just gonna take my time today. 2 more left. And the last one, let me turn it back around. Now it really is starting to look like a plated piece of fabric. Almost done. There we go. And I am going to cap my red one and take my white charcoal. And I think I am going to place lines here in the middle of these squares with the lines in. Using my Tortillion to soften it out. And turn my book and do the same here in the other way, or the other direction. Using my Tortillion again to soften that out. I'm not softening this too much because I like it to be a little more brighter than I often do it. Let me take this away, I just had a little too much. Using my graphite, I am going in here where these ribbons are hitting the cross, and I'm just placing a tiny bit of graphite everywhere where they're kind of going under. Then I am taking my Tortillion and just soften that out a tiny bit. I'm not dragging it out too long, just soften that out. Like that, and I will turn my book and do the same on the other sides here. Again, everywhere where the lines are hitting this cross or the X in the middle. Using my Tortillion to soften that out a bit. There we go. I like the result of that. I have a string line up here that I'm not using, so I'm just gonna erase that so that it isn't in the way for me. There we are. So that was the pattern for today. I think it turned out really neat. It was this one. I like that. So it was all for today. Thank you for watching. Have an attitude of gratitude.